morning. Hey, um, hey. Um, I'm not just exactly sure how to say this, but um, there seems to be a difference in the doing and the being, and I'm just going to take a stab at this. That often in the doing, we're trying to get something, trying to achieve something, and the being, we're just living without expectation. We're, we're actually present, and we're not caught up in the what's in it for me. So often, I think that's the difference. The doing, we're doing stuff. We're in the doing, wanting something. What do I want? And so we're not really there because we're we're in the thought of the result, and we're measuring. So yeah, the, when we're truly here, there's no thought of tomorrow. There's no thought of what's in it for me. We're experiencing um, the gift of being, and not living um, in any kind of measuring or any kind of judgment or any kind of wanting. Wanting is our misery. So that was coming this morning. The other one is that if if we're experiencing difficulty or dissatisfaction with what is, again we're in judgment, we're in measurement, we're comparing ourselves to others often. When we compare, comparing is is such misery, because we just don't know anything. We think that somebody else says something that we don't, or somebody else is better at something than we are, or we're less of something. We're comparing always takes us out, because there is nobody else. There's nobody really to compare to. It's all in the mind. It's all in the illusion. Yeah. And we are, Toby, we're always measuring. We're saying, oh, she's better than me, or she's less than me. And in that measuring world, we're either superior or inferior. But either way, we're not there. We're not present. We're not being. Comparing, my gosh. It's all, in this, in in the mess of the mind, So there is nothing to compare to. Nobody's winning. Nobody's losing. There are no winners and losers. It's all in our mind. It's all in our perception. It's all in our, you know, who the fuck can say somebody's a winner and somebody's a loser? It's just, we don't, it's ridiculous. uh, yes. So we, you know, there's no measurement. Isn't that great? What freedom, you know, what freedom to not compare. Immediately we're lifted. Immediately we're lifted to this, to a new level of acceptance and love and compassion for ourselves. So, of course, the danger of awareness sometimes is then we start to beat ourselves up. We're like, oh my gosh, you know, how could you have been so stupid to be comparing yourself to others? So just let it go. Let it go. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. There, in a way, we live in that too, that past shame and that past guilt and that past measuring of ourselves. You know, it doesn't matter. It's only now. Be here now. So, that, you know, we're, yes, the twisted mind, in a way, but just play with it, you know, just play with it. And all of this stuff, you know, when I'm banging this around in the mornings like this, it's just to show us that it's there, but it's not, the solution can't be found in the stuff, other than, you know, it becomes a foundation that we grow out of. You know, we realize, oh, I've been living in measuring, I've been living in judgment, I've been living in, and then we see that, and as soon as we see it, we can be free. We are free. As soon as we're aware of it, you know, we are free. But it can be cunning, baffling, and powerful. It's subtle, you know, there's subtleties to it. So, yeah, just relax. Take it easy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it's more the process of surrender than elimination. Elimination, it sounds like we're doing something. There's nothing to do. Just be aware and surrender. And it falls away, and more stuff falls away, more stuff falls away. And it's beautiful that you're seeing it. And you know, it's beautiful that you're seeing it. There's been a time in our evolution, if you will, when we denied it. You know, we said, no way, I'm not judging. And then we judged others for judging us. So just, it can be very subtle. So there we go. More being, just be. And this idea that in the moment there's nothing. There's just nothing. And we fall into that nothingness, into that openness, into that oneness, into that God concept, into the isness is there. Yeah. Release, surrender. Nothing to do, though. Nothing to do. That's it, I guess. I'm just going to read from the book this morning. In a few minutes, I'm going to meet JR, my friend JR, at at Cain's, the motorcycle shop. We're going to sell tickets. It's our last Saturday at Cain's today. You know, at the treatment center where I work part-time. Actually, even part-time is a description that's unnecessary. So they're raffling off a Harley Davidson. And as you probably know, I like to ride, and I might even buy a ticket today. So they're raffling off a Harley Davidson, and you can come down and see me. It's the last Saturday for tickets. The draw is next Saturday. So the last Saturday for tickets. Yeah. So come and see us. at Canes today. Yeah, come by a ticket. There's JR. Hi, hon. What day is it? It is the 15th, Saturday the 15th. My gosh, halfway through August. There we go. I'm going to read today from this little book. And some little gems come out of here. Some gems come out of here for sure. And he does some quotes out of the big book that are great. And the big book is our 12-step guide to recovery from alcoholism. And alcoholism, of course, is extreme selfishness and self-centeredness. The addiction world, the whole thing that we're dealing with is extreme ego, and we can't manage the ego. We can't. The ego's always going to take us out, and so for the alcoholic, the whole idea that we say that we're once an alcoholic, and this is how this reading begins this morning. This is the thought for the day. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And is to keep present in our mind the idea that we have to stay present in our mind. And that we have to stay present with our thoughts so that we can surrender them. So that we may, because the example, the alcoholic is the extreme example of self-will run riot. Extreme example of self-will run riot. And though he usually doesn't think so. And once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Commencing to drink after a period of sobriety, we are in a short time as bad as ever. So that's what happens for us, And it's the same with judgment. It's the same with, the symptoms in the ego. They say often that the slip started long before we picked up the drink. It started in our thinking. And then this is, what I'm talking about every day is that process. If we have admitted we are alcoholics, we must have no reservation of any kind, nor any lurking notion that someday we will be immune to alcohol. So alcohol, though, was a symptom. Alcohol and drugs for the addict was a symptom of our problem. And what sort of thinking dominates an alcoholic who repeats time after time a desperate experiment of the first drink? Parallel with sound reasoning, there invariably runs some insanely trivial excuse for taking the first drink. So, it's really crazy. I mean, whatever it is. Often it's the thing I just talked about, this idea of inferior or superior, which takes us out of the moment. And when we're out of the moment, we're living in fear, we're living in guilt or shame. So, and those are the things that take us to, because most of the time we drank medicinally. The alcoholic drank medicinally. It was like, because the pain of living separate from the moment, separate from God, separate from our higher power, was intense. And so we drank to numb the pain. Some trivial excuse for taking the first drink. There was little thought of what the terrific consequences would be. Have I given up all excuses for taking a drink? That's the thought for the day, And the beautiful thing about the continued involvement in the 12-step world is that our ego needs to be reminded. We need to be reminded, and we're helping others. That's how we stay in it. It's beautiful to stay in the reminder of who we have been and who we can be. Okay. And then in the meditation for the day, it says, where 2 or 3 are banded together, I will be there in the midst of them. That was is a Christian quote, and I think that Jesus said. When God finds 2 or 3 people in union who only want his will to be done, who want only, to serve Him, He has a plan that can be revealed to them. He has a plan that can be revealed to them. The grace of God can come to people who are together in one place with one accord. A union like this is miracle working. God is able to use these people. Only good men come together through such consequential people. Only good, can come through such consecrated people, brought together in unified groups for a single purpose, and of a single mind. I think he's talking about our meetings, and as we come together and we see that so, well, actually we miss that right now. Because the meetings aren't taking place so much because of this thing with the scare, the COVID scare. So we miss the face-to-face meetings, I can tell you. Wow. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may be part of a unified group. I pray that I may contribute my share to its concentrated purpose. All right. I need to get glasses, I think, this morning. Just, it's coming, I guess, this whole glasses thing. Well, we'll see. All right. That's it for today. Off to Cairns to sell tickets. Come visit us, you guys. We're down in Calgary and Inglewood today. Come see us. And love you, and just, be kind in a way to yourself. Remember how judgment against ourselves is the same as judgment against someone else. And judgment against someone else is the same as judgment against ourselves. We're not here to manage the world or even to manage ourselves. Just release, surrender in each moment. Nothing's missing. That's the big deal. Nothing is missing. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be in this moment. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you.